All right, so time for a daily recap video for what are we at? Tuesday, November 18th on NASDAQ futures. So first, what happened today? I couldn't seem to get into any positions for the most part. I didn't take any actual trades, and I am flat on the day. Second question here is, did the market follow my expectations? Yes and no. So first, the market for the beginning part of the AM session followed my expectations. I was expecting some delivery to buy side liquidity up in here for bearish delivery for the rest of the session. However, where the market did not meet my expectations is it continued at reversed, excuse me, price reversed down here around in the lunch hour and actually continued on for bullish delivery to my initial target. So I was a little bit off on my expectation, but that didn't mean there weren't setups that played out in alignment with the narrative that I was expecting. So third, the play-by-play analysis for the day was basically this. 9:30 opened here, and the first setup was right here. 9:30 opened, super volatile. This is a massive candle. This one right here was a 500 tick, 132 handle candle alone. I don't even remember the last time I've seen a 500 tick candle aside from just an utter meltdown. So it's been a while. And then the first setup here was this IFVG. I was looking at it for a short, but I was kind of spooked out, to be perfectly honest. I didn't take it because of the size of the stop loss. I could have gone in with 1 micro and still been totally within my risk tolerance. But I think I was just overall spooked out in the volatility. And then as you can see in the note here, the higher time frame levels were not totally clear. I wanted price to come up a little bit higher. It just didn't quite click for me. So, and then I didn't take it, but she played out, and that's also a good feeling too. Second setup I saw was this short. It wasn't A plus or even A to me because of the amount of risk that was necessary. It was a 369 tick stop loss basically for a 1-to-1. The target being the red line down here. So this second setup also had smooth edges right here. So I saw that as a signature for a lower quality setup. I did not engage. The third trade setup was here at 11 o'clock. And I was ready to go on this one. Still had a larger stop loss, but I was okay with that. I think at this point, the market, my expectations, it came a lot further down, so I was willing to be bullish from this point. And it didn't get a fill. Price never came back down. It closed way too high above this IFVG for me to market order in, and never came back down to any degree to be able to get a limit order fill. So just had to watch this one run without me. And I feel like that's been the case this last week or so, is price has just been running without me. So I may have to adjust a little bit to accommodate for that, which normally I would just mark it in on this candle as long as my stop loss was reasonable in size, but I couldn't do that here today. And then I took a break for a little while, and then along came a fourth setup, was this long here at about 12:30. It didn't fully meet my criteria for a continuation setup. The internal levels on the 15 and the 5 were not clear, not even not clear, non-existent for the most part, or not looking good. The 15 didn't look good. So I just took it on demo to kind of scratch the itch after so long of not taking an actual trade, but that was a demo win right there. So that was the play-by-play analysis of the day. 4, what was the play of the day? I think it was this short. That's the, well, or I'm actually going to adjust. I don't think there was a play of the day. I think that this was a possible trade. I think this was a possible trade. In my case, there was no SMT confirmed, so that breaks my rules. So I might not even consider either of those a trade of the day. On the fence with that one. In other words, there is no perfect trade that I missed or didn't take. All right, next, 5. Did a profitable trader show up today? Yeah, I spent, again, a half an hour like I normally do working on my psychology. I went in with little expectations of the market, little hopes, just here to perfect my process and read price. 6, did this affect how I saw the markets and acted on the markets today? I think so. I was pretty calm. I didn't need to FOMO into anything. Nothing was looking clear, totally clear and perfect. And I didn't take any trades. And I think that's what I'm supposed to do. I say I think because I feel like lately the market's not been presenting very well to me, at least. And while there were winning setups in there, I haven't taken them. And I'm hoping that it's not me being too conservative, but as I'm looking over here at the 15-minute chart on this other screen, it actually doesn't look very good. So I was probably right for being conservative today. All right, 7, was today a winning day? Yeah, I mean, I preserved capital, so that's a win, right? A red day is worse than preserving capital, so that was absolutely a win today. Rules followed, I would give that 100%. My standard operating procedure followed, I would give that. I didn't take any trades, but I guess 100% because I didn't take any trades because it didn't meet all my criteria. And then emotions and psychology, I would give that 95%. I got a little tripped up at the open with the volatility, seeing a 500 tick candle, but it didn't end up affecting me throughout the rest of the session. And then, so overall, what's my grade for today? I give myself an A on the day. I think it was as best of a day as I could have had, given I didn't take any trades. All right. Question 8 is, was today a profitable day? No, I'm flat on the day. Question 9 is, would you take the trade again? I didn't take any trades. And 10, what notable emotions did you feel? I think I already addressed that, which was a little bit of surprise at the volatility at 9:30, seeing that big of a candle. 11, what went well today? So I think I'm doing really good not being emotional. I'm doing really good holding back. And this has been a tough couple weeks for me because I've had so little action between different things coming up in my life, like getting sick and quitting coffee, kind of putting a week or two of time. I wasn't very effective during those couple weeks. So, and then last week I was pretty much flat on the week. I didn't see much I really liked or was confident in. And then now rolling into this week, this makes day 2 of this week being flat on the week. So that's tough. It's tough to be flat. It's tough to not do the thing you think you're supposed to be doing to make the money, right? But it feels appropriate for now. And at some point, obviously, if in another 7 days I still haven't taken a trade, I probably need to seriously reevaluate myself. But I'm going to count that as a positive thing for the day. So number 12 is, what would I like to improve from today? I think I played today really well, so I don't have any improvements. I'm just keeping in mind the question of, am I being too conservative, looking for too perfect or too obvious? I don't know. That's not normally something I would even entertain. If it's not obvious, I don't want to take the trade, right? But certainly something going on lately where, like, the way price is moving is not aligning with the way I normally feel like I trade. So that's just something to keep in mind. And then 13, any final comments? No, other than just show up and trade again tomorrow. And I think that's it.